What is good, my people? What is good, everybody? Thank you so much for coming by. Please make sure to throw those A's in the chat right now. If you can hear your boy speak, throw those A's in the chat. Look at moderator Cal saying, where are my derps at? I love it, man. I love it. Oh, my goodness. My moderator's Mark Roach. Where you at, man? Samantha H. Cal L. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by. Sebastian Lim, my moderator. Dude, good to see you here. Thank you so much for your hit up right there with that dono. Dude, of course, we can take a look at that ticker, CFRX, man. What is going down with that ticker? Let me know right now what is happening with that ticker, bro. Are you about to make some cash? Are you about to get some losses? What is the deal here, man? Are you looking for entry or what? Sebastian Lim, I love you. Thanks, man. Thank you for coming by. What's up, M9? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. Off Grid Gorilla. What's up? What's up? Destiny, how you doing? Guys, I love it. I love it. You know, trying to stream a little bit earlier here, but you guys know that it's gonna come back down to an end soon enough, right? Sorry, you guys. I actually drank just a crap load of water right now, and I'm like over here just regurgitating water and stuff, man. What's up, Aiden Davis? What's up, man? What? Why are you saying that, bro? Why is your day not going as expected, my dude? Please let me know what the deal is with you, either in DM or here, man. No problem. I want to hear about you, okay? And NC Hunter, what's up, man? What's up? Good to see everybody here in the chat. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming by. Yes, you know what? I did actually, Off Grid Gorilla, I actually spoke about COSM the last time we were live, right? And that was, when was it? I think on Sunday? Or, I mean, Monday, I think it was. Yeah, Monday. So I spoke about they're just not being anything, really. and we would just likely face some, sideways trading. And it looks kind of like it's been happening just like that. Right, so very, very crappy times there, right? But I mean, honestly, when something like that happens, that usually means that a pop is kind of coming, right? So, oh my goodness, not financial advice. Do not ever take that as financial advice, right? But I have noticed a deep correlation when some things kind of just pause, then there's a huge thing to happen right after it, right? But of course, there's no real back test to that. So I just strongly urge you to kind of look at that with a real grain of salt, right? Or whatever I just said. So Off Grid Gorilla talking about MCOM. What is that one, my bro? Why are we looking at MCOM? Are you about to make some gains on that or what, my dude? Please tell me. Hell yeah, bro. Yes, we are. Oh, Aiden. Oh, my goodness, man. Okay, so I actually spoke to Cal about that, and I wanted to express to everyone, right, regarding that COEP upside that I was talking about. Of course, it happened in a weird time. You know what I mean? But the thing is that you do have to know, and you have to notice, too, that I am back testing, or I am looking at these probabilities happening. I'm considering the after-hours activity as well. So with that said, consider putting your sell limits or your buy limits or whatever. Actually, you know what? Just particular to sell limits here, okay? Particular to a sell limit, I would seriously consider putting it to let it expire not good for the day. You know what I mean? Let it expire when you say for it to expire, because if you put it just for the day, then it'll likely remove your sell target, and then it's the freaking price action goes all the way up to the upside, and that, and then you missed it, right? So a lot of people got trapped like that. Trust me when I say, Aiden, that you are not the only person emailing me about that. And there's several people sending me messages like, Arca, I missed the upside that you were talking about. Like, what do I do? And, so there's really nothing I can do. But what I can say is that oftentimes when we get that huge up run like that, that's kind of indicative of a reversal in price action, right? So I'm honestly really looking at another spike up like that, okay? So if you are, the worst thing that you can do is continue holding a loser, you know what I mean? So I know that I'm being kind of a double edge here, but usually when you're holding a loser, your loser would probably continue losing some more. Right, so I just, Rosada Martinez, of course. Let me go ahead and put that in for you right now, okay? But I did forget, let me just add it right now, but I know that I'm talking to Off Grid Gorilla about the ticker that he wanted as well. So let me just put ticker symbol wish there as well. And let me go back to Off Grid Gorilla's one, right? So let me see, which one was it? Off Grid Gorilla, where you at? That was MCOM, right? Yeah, let me take a look at that real quick, man. No problem, no problem. I'll put it right over here. MCOM. Yeah, man. So I'm not trying to like ease the tension like that and just give you some news that you know that may or may not happen. In fact, I'm gonna look into this for you later. Okay, so I'm gonna reach out to me on a DM and we'll continue talking about it too. Okay, so it's saying so Aiden is saying no worries, the company isn't horrid, so I am able to sleep. and my okay. All right, I get you, man. I get you. Barbara Young, how you doing? Hi, Arca. Lately, your streams don't seem to have timestamps for your tickers. That's because I've been incredibly irresponsible, Barbara Young. Thank you so much. Don't even... I'm just kidding. Yes, actually, but the real thing is that I have been a little bit irresponsible for this because this could be potentially... I may actually do one more live stream apart from this one, right? So, but yeah, I totally do understand without, that can create some inconvenience into trying to look at the tickers that we were looking at, right? I totally get it. But Barbara Young, thank you so much for letting me know that. I will actually make sure, in your respect, in your honor, Barbara Young, I will make sure to do it this time around, and rest assured that it will be listed a couple hours after the live stream is done. Okay, so thank you so much. Look at moderator Cal L saying, "You tell him, Barb." yeah. No, I mean for real, you guys. I can see how that can become kind of a nuisance, right? So yeah, Rosario Martinez, I got you. We'll go ahead and add that ticker symbol wish to that as well. I got ticker symbol CFRX for that was moderator Sebastian Lim. So we'll go ahead and go over that ticker too. Okay, you guys, MCOM is in there, off-grid gorilla. So not a problem. Riza, what's up, man? What are you doing with ticker symbol V-Ray? Is that a I actually didn't see you posted on Twitter. I saw you enter, or was it that one that you entered that you got long? V-Ray. I can't say that I actually am familiar with that ticker, right? But yeah, man, it's on here. Good deal. I see what you're trying to do. I got you. Are you already long this, by the way? Oh yeah, Mr. Levitz, don't worry. I actually have to record a video for a BBBY. Optimal ITV, what's up? Can we get an update on ARQQ, please? Let me put it up on the schedule here too, man. If I'm able to get to it, absolutely, we'll take a look at it. So ARQQ, right? Let's see. So this was last looked at. Okay, it wasn't too long ago that we looked at it. So all good. And thank you, Samantha. I honestly, I am able to do it. It's no problem, you guys. It's just my it's kind of like the last days in high school. Do you remember that? When you were about to graduate and you're in your like last 5 days and you don't do anything. So I'm very much facing that myself here in such a really. Just I'm being kind of an asshole here, okay, guys. So I'm sorry. I do apologize. I'll make sure to do it for you, Barbara. You have my word, though, okay? I will make sure to take care of it. So I'm over here just like ignoring the work that I have to do. So yeah, man, you remember how awesome those days were, right? So you just remember just not doing anything because you already got your diploma and everything. You're good. Let's go. Off-Grid Gorilla, thanks so much for your dono, man. I will make sure to take care of your request, dude. And that really means so much to me and my family, brother. Thank you. No, I know, Barbara. I know I don't have to. But it does help the community, and it actually does help to keep even me in line, right? So oftentimes I would go back and I'm like, oh, right, that's right. I was being kind of a dick to myself, and I didn't even put it up. So now I have to scroll all the way through the entire video and look at this huge, the big old title back here to see where the damn ticker could be, and then I have to find the beginning of the ticker, and I'm like, oh man, and I do realize how much it can actually help, right? So yeah, of course everyone can go back, right? But it creates a huge inconvenience. But no problem, you guys. I'll be able to take care of this. I will make sure to add the tickers here on the schedule as we move, right? So please remember that we're going to be looking at the ticker symbol SPY just like we always do, and it's going to be the broader markets like always, guys. We need to see what's going down, as I do remember that there could be some type of jobs I think it was it non-farm payroll? Was that tomorrow, or was it jobless claims is actually coming out tomorrow, so I'm not sure that can actually move the markets, as significantly as the the CPI and core CPI do, but it's, I guess we just have to keep into consideration that it is coming out, and that should be tomorrow. So now Riza's saying, no, I do not, but it's, okay, I got you. And now I do remember Off-Grid Gorilla saying that you're looking for entry, right? So yeah, not a problem. So Destiny saying, hi, Arca, would you please take a look at DRMA? I got trapped at 325. Destiny, please, if I don't go over this, you are one of my master students, which I don't encourage trading, by the way. No. All right, but yes, if I don't go over it here, if I don't have the time, please make sure to send me a DM and we'll go over that, okay? So, and by the way, just officially tonight, all of my second track master students that, the class should be starting this Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific, okay? So you will be receiving your welcome packages tonight, everyone, okay? So that's, the rest of them are going out by tonight. And please remember that when you do show up to the Arc University Discord, the private link, do not share that link, first of all, and make sure to just kind of be patient while I get you the permissions for your track 2 visibility channels, okay? So just kind of hold off just real quick, and then we'll make sure to get you in line there, okay? So that is just a quick little note here for my future master students, okay? So, and Sebastian Lim, you are also able to join that as well, since I know that you wanted to start on the second track, okay? So if you're still there, I got you, okay, you guys? So if you are still interested in joining the master's course, the email is in the description below, guys. Send that email, and this we should be underway very soon. All right, you guys. So yes, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple tickers here. We do have to look at the SPY, but for this particular ticker, I would like to record it and post up an individual video for it. Okay, so yeah, I think I could do it with just one chart, right? So yeah, that's no problem at all. That's no problem at all. All right, you guys, so I'm just going to just bear with me for just a quick sec right here, and we'll make sure to get this thing recorded and get the SPY moving along. All right, so let's actually take a look at this. Hold on just a moment. My team. All right, so quick time. Let's do a quick new screen recording here and make sure that this thing goes to the desktop instead of the QuickTime player, and let's go ahead. Yeah, I still have to do BBBY as well, so that I have to record that one as a video too. So we're gonna be super duper moving through these things and being as productive as we can be, all with the live stream itself right here, okay, you guys? So now there's gonna be a quick little 4 seconds of silence before I get this thing moving, and here we go. Ticker symbol SPY continuing its upside that we were talking about, potentially reaching that 417.02 target that we've been talking about for now a few weeks. Let's go ahead and go over those possibilities now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is Arca coming at you with an SPY technicals and raw price action thread of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called Arca Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, you guys, so we are looking at ticker symbol SPY on the daily chart here, and yes, we are still in that process of creating that eventual top out at that 417.02. Very close price action over the last 2 days, right? So just yesterday, it looks like we reached the high of 415.72. My goodness. So the reason why I'm pointing out this target of 417.02, just for those of you who are not actually aware of what I'm doing here, is based on a formation, okay? So yes, a broadening descending wedge, per the playbook rules, has a take profit at the genesis of the formation, okay? That's just, it's just per the playbook rules, right? So this would be yet another one of those indicators, yet again, another one of those formations that has realized its price objective, and I will be including it into my collection of more broadening descending wedges all throughout the last 14 months. Very interesting times here, okay? So now let's validate to see, or let's confirm, actually, with the indicators, a potential upside continuation or downside, okay? So particular to the daily time frame, I would like for you to focus on the RSI. Okay, notice that the RSI is on a downward motion here, but remember that we have that 14-day simple moving average right below us. So that could be a potential bounce before a continuation to that upside. If we are looking at short-term downside like that, then I would have to express the bottom side of this range here. This candle here has a low below on the L right over here. You can see that L, right? So when we hover over it, you'll see that L, 412.78. There's a very high likelihood that we can bounce from that 412.78. Let's just see if we have any moving averages located there. And we in fact do. We have that SMA 10 located right beneath that what was it again? The low of 412.78. So very likely we can face a bounce from there before a continuation to the upside. But let's get a little more surgical, right? Let's go ahead and look at our 30-minute immediate short-term time frame momentum to see if we have a continuation for that upside. Okay, you guys, so please notice right over here that the 30 minute is suggesting that downside that we are talking about, right? So hold on just a sec, and let's just move on to the bi-hourly and see what else we have there. Okay, so here we go. Now, okay, so we still have a downside, and in fact, it's crossing below the 14-day simple moving average here, and it's suggesting a continuation to that downside. Okay, so this is yet again validating our 412 target. Okay, so let's continue on and see what we have. The 6-hour time frame now. All right, let me just make this a little bit bigger here on my other screen just so that I can make sure that we're getting some good feed. All right, so now the 6-hour time frame still suggesting that downside as well, validating that or giving yet again some validity to that 412 target that we're looking for. Let's see if we have any supports coming up though. Okay, so the 12-hour time frame getting a brand new cross below that 14-day simple moving average, looking for a downside move here, but it does not appear to be kind of like a capitulation event. Let's look at the bi-daily. In fact, the daily, mate. Yeah, guys, I actually do think it's still the daily. We were just talking about that 14-day simple moving average just a couple minutes ago. Very likely for us to find that downside to about 412 and let's see, 412.78 before a continuation to the upside here, guys. My eyes are still, or my target is still locked for that 417.02, and if we do reach that 417.02, guys, there's very likely a pretty strong pullback to be faced from there. And yet again, it may not be a pullback to per se go back all the way down. It could just be a pullback for a couple days or just a reaccumulation event before we can actually succeed the upside of that 417.02. And what can tell you that is in fact a 3-day RSI. We are looking a little bit exhaustive here on that momentum, but we're still suggesting an upside continuation. We're in the gravitational zone of the bull weakness percentile here in the 3-day, so very likely for us to figure or realize a continuation to that upside. Okay, you guys, so I honestly think this is a pretty good place to leave this off. Please remember that I still have about 9 or 10 seats left for the second track of the ArcMasters trading course. Remember to find the link in the description below, or better yet, the email, right? So send me an email, get enrolled, and we'll get you situated. Okay, you guys, but please remember, first and foremost, I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, hold any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, please do your own due diligence. Everything will be cool. All right, but with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell. Mañana. Adios. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being so patient. That was it for ticker symbol SPY. So I noticed that Samantha was very, very kind to share with me that time, right? So very, very cool. Thank you, Samantha. Appreciate you. Sometimes, right, it's just a little hard to kind of keep everything into consideration here, right? But it's all good. That's part of the job. Samantha H, don't even trip. All right, so that was 559 for ticker symbol SPY, right? Thank you very much. So yeah, guys, let's go ahead and make sure to move on to the next ticker here, and that is going to be BBBY. I do need to make a recording for that one as well. Okay, you guys, so as this does have some information, some pretty important information that I need to talk to you about almost immediately. Okay, because yeah. So let's go ahead and pull that program up one more time and move on to that next ticker and get ourselves some good info. Okay, you guys, so I know that the music is still kind of playing in the background. I don't care. It really is just to kind of ease the tension, right? So but yet I'm going to drop it just a little bit. Mark Roach is always telling me the music, and I'm like, "Oh man, I forgot." All right, you guys. So yes, let's go ahead and see what we have here. Let me do another new screen recording, right? Make sure that our options are set just the way we need them. Go to that desktop and let's go ahead and get this BBBY started now. Okay, you guys. So please remember that I need just about 4 seconds of silence. So don't say too much, right? I'm just kidding, you guys. I will personally stay quiet for 4 seconds before I start this thing off just so that we can get this thing initiated, right? So let's go ahead and get now BBBY out of Z-Way. BBBY making the upside move that we actually were looking for via a backtest on several time frames. Let's go ahead and go over those potentials now. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is Arca coming at you with a BBBY technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this Hump Day Wednesday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called Arca Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so 5-day BBBY chart here, guys. Please notice that we absolutely got that huge run up to the upside. There are a couple potentials here. First of all, before I touch on the statistics, I want to talk to you about the importance of closing this candle above this range here. 34.75 closing this 5-day iteration would be an incredibly bullish statement coming out of BBBY. Okay, now the reason why is because we're creating one huge bullish engulfing candle formation here. And as you guys already know, or those of you who do follow me, you know that I tend to look at candle analysis in the upper time frames. When you start getting into upper time frames, the rate or the hit rate or the strike rate for the candle formations do become a little heavier. Okay, so they do kind of tend to realize a little bit better on these upper time frames, right? So now let's go ahead and touch down on this the statistics. So just for the people who are new or who don't or who haven't seen the video, right? Anytime that we have expanded into critical volatility, which is within the 90 percentile of the BBWP, we have taken or paired this with stochastic momentum for a potential upside continuation. Okay, so anytime that those two things, that condition has met, I have taken a back test throughout its entire trading history, right? So just like this, I can just, kind of zoom out as far as I can, let the price action just kind of load, right? And there are all of my samples, right? So all of those back tests are a total of 35 iterations, of which 25 were guessed correctly to the upside. Okay, so not all of them are guessed correctly. You can see some of them are red, right? So that gives us a 71.43% upside accuracy, meaning that anytime that this condition or this criteria is present, we have a 71% chance that it can happen, right? So now that gives us an upside thrust of an average 62.55% over the span of about 47 days. As you know, we actually were talking about this BBBY hit days ago, so potentially about a week ago now, right? 6 days ago maybe. And we spoke about the firing of the signal right at about this zone here. 62.5% to the upside led to a target that was 52.27. Now the target that we reached today was a high of 56 cents. Okay, so that is technically the stats have already fulfilled. Okay, so and now we're sitting at what? I think the price action was sitting at around 30. I don't remember exactly, right, but I can go to the 12-hour and see where we sat. Yeah, so 35.80 in the after hours. Okay, so what I'm trying to say here is that we signaled the move and the move fulfilled its mean. Okay, so this is technically, in all technicality, the move has already happened, right? But I want you to notice that we're barely starting to get that uptick here in the 5-day stochastic oscillator, right? So when we start getting this move, that's usually when the signal kind of fires officially. Now, Arca, what do you mean? You said that it actually fired down here at around 30 cents. Why are you saying that it's potentially firing now? Well, I didn't expect the move to happen this fast, to be honest. I did say 47.08 days, and it happened in the freaking 8th day. So it's kind of moving against what I said. And actually, I'm not sure just yet. I've only heard, but I think other influencers are now talking about BBBY as well. So which could also kind of lead into this thing, kind of going to the upside beyond our volatility play. Because that's really the only reason I was calling this out, is just because the math was kind of there. And it was ready for us to call that upside. But this is really interesting that we're barely getting the uptick from the stochastic momentum, and we've already met the average. Okay, so which could be indicative of a continuation to the upside. But I would just like for you to understand that the upside probability is already met. Okay, so I haven't ran a first standard deviation on this to find out what the lower end of the first standard is or the higher end of the first standard. But if I were to put a quick guess as to, you know, kind of a guesstimate here, just to do the math in my head real quick. I mean, it's a lot of math actually. So you have to square every single iteration, and you divide it by the correct amount of iterations to get the standard deviation, which would probably be around 58 or 57%. So then the standard deviation minus the mean would give you the top side of the 68% of the results in a statistical value, the bell curve on top, right? So that math is kind of what I'm doing in my head. So if we were to kind of guess the lower end of the first standard deviation, that it would give us maybe around 13 to 14%, and the upper end would probably be around 200% move to the upside, right? So meaning that upon this criteria being met, then we would have a 71% chance that we can make a move between 13% to 100 and probably 90% on average, right? With a statistical mean being at around 58%. So, and the mean itself, with the standard deviation being around 58% and the mean landing at about 62.5%. So, if that is in fact the truth, then the upside continuation may actually continue. So if we were to just put a quick guess here and say that we would be moving to the top side of about 190%, then that would put us potentially at about 93.62. What I want to mention to you there is that I've never done this before, by the way, okay? Like, just guess it like this. It's not typical of me to do this. Okay, but if I were to favor the higher end of the first standard deviation, 93 cents, that puts us, let's see, this right here is $1. What is that resistance there? So if we just zoom out, you can see that is our broadening descending wedge resistance line at literally just at about $1, right? So if we are facing 93 cents, so that's just shy of that. Very, very curious that it would take us to a resistance level. Again, I'm not saying that we are going to make that move. I'm just saying that it's interesting that we would be taken there. Okay, so now if you are curious as to where we found that bounce, I don't remember where it was, somewhere over here, right? We were talking about the 2.618 at 2411 being very likely the loading zone with a bottom psychological target objective based on the breakout of the broadening descending wedge. Okay, so my personal preference was actually voiced out loud too to be 2411. We got that bounce to the upside, and here is the 2 fib likelihood that we were talking about. We're closing right within that. Okay, so this is another very important thing. 3-day iteration closing in 18 hours, 51 minutes. So this is very likely going to close in the green, which would then be a suggestion or a catalyst, at least in the charting world, in the technical world, right, for a continuation to the upside, of which would then give validity to the $90 to $1 target. Okay, so I'm not saying that it is doing it. Remember, guys, that my personal move, my personal statistics have already met. That would have been me out and I'm done. Okay, so now this is me giving you this video now as, okay, well, now that the statistical move is done and I'm out, this is what could be happening next, right? So this was another way that we were, just to give you guys full discretion here, okay? So I merged psychology with statistics so that we can gain an edge over what the potentials were. So this gave us an inverted cup and handle, right? So, or an Adam and Eve formation, right? So this formation tends to have that downside all the way over here, right? To about 33 cents. Of course, we capitulated just under it. Remember, guys, this is a huge downside. So this is likely a psychological downside. So we don't tend to, we tend to not take this into too much account here, right? So this was just an indicator telling us that we could potentially face a bottom, since the stats are giving us on the 5-day and the 3-day backtest a potential up run given the conditions, right? So this is how BBBY was figured. Now let's look at the last part of the analysis. 30-minute immediate short-term time frame RSI suggesting a downside here. We look to, actually, that's not bad on the 4-hour, finding some support from that 14-day simple, but we actually may fail that. And why would we fail that? Well, the upper time frames are suggesting a potential continuation to the downside. Now, a lot of people ask me, Arca, you look at time frames in the shorter to collapse into, or to domino effect into the higher term time frames. Yes, I do. But I also state that it's just conditional though. Okay, so if you're here, if that person is here that asked me that question, this is the condition now. When you are looking at time frames like 8-hour and the 12-hour, having that 14-day simple moving average not too far away from you, this type of distance here invalidates your shorter time frame, indicating that the shorter time frame may have a more relevant support later, particularly here at 43.80. Okay, which would then encourage the 14-day simple moving average to meet either the 8-hour or the 12-hour, which by nature have a higher hit rate since they are heavier time frames, right? So these are one of the conditions where I would favor a look back instead of the cascading of shorter time frames into the larger time frame. Okay, so this is one of those conditions that I would inverse that strategy. Okay, so now the 3-day time frame looks to be finding a little bit of resistance here. Okay, so I understand that it's very close to the resistance, but I would like to point out that the resistance is within the gravitational zone of the bear strength percentile, potentially indicating a continuation to the upside. Potentially is the key word here. Okay, so now the 5-day time frame, very similar situation here. In fact, the distance between the RSI signal and the 14-day is very far away. Okay, you guys, so that's it's kind of dangerous to kind of take that into consideration here. Okay, so if we are to look at the 5-day as a resistance touch to that 38.36, which is already within the gravitational zone of the bear strength, this 5-day time frame would be indicative of a touch to 90 cents to $1 in that target that we're talking about. Okay, you guys, so please remember that I have not backed that. And first and foremost, remember that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell, hold any assets whatsoever. Okay, you guys, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything would be cool. All right, you guys, so please remember that I still have a few seats left in the ArcMasters trading course. Refer to the description below where you'll find the email. Send me an email. We'll get you enrolled. Okay, you guys, with that said, I wish you well a very, very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios. All right, you guys, thank you so much yet again. Look at that, man. Look at that. We got that video recorded and it's now in the books. Okay, you guys. So what else do we have on the list now? Actually, hold on. Let me go back in the chat and see what's going down here. Samantha H, you're the best. Thank you so much for that. I will make sure to make a note of that here. Okay, you guys. So that was BBBY at 6 p.m. right now. We got that one out of the way. We should be posting that video later on for your reference too. Okay, I'm not going to do this for every video, guys. I just do it for the ones that I currently looked over, right? So it's just in respects to the to the community. Steven, what is up, my dude? That's very kind of you, my brother. So can you please review JFBR? And by the way, man, where have you been? My dude, I miss you so much. Is everything good with you? How's the family? How are you, more importantly, my dude? Thank you very much for your kind donation. I'll make sure to add that right into here. Okay, dude, so you're talking about JFBR. Was that one that I spoke of? Actually, I'm not... oh, no. That was... I'm sorry, that was another ticker, but I can actually check to see if I have, right? So JFB, yeah, this is one that I spoke about. Jeff's brand, and I think it was me and you, Cal, right? We were looking at this one. Oh my goodness. So yeah, man, not a problem. I have it on here, and you're talking about SAI. Which one was that one, bro? Let's go ahead and pull that one up. I'm not sure that I actually have. Yeah, I haven't looked at it before, but it sounds very familiar. It sounds super familiar, right? So. And let's see. I think you did a while. Okay, cool. And Stephen, I remember you were also another person who asked me to relocate you into the second track for the Master's Students course. I'm sorry, for the ArcMasters course, right? So yeah, please let me know if that's still something you want to do, because that's coming up this weekend, okay? And wow, huge 8-hour bullish engulfing here. Nice, very nice. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get those out of the way as well. All right, my dude, thank you for that. And let's now move on to the next ticker, okay, you guys? So I do believe that a few people wanted me to go over quickly what the heck COSM is even doing, okay? So let me do that. I'm not going to record this one just yet, right? Because COSM has just been kind of consolidating as we've been talking about. Okay, so there is one thing that I would like to kind of warn about here, though, okay? So I know that I've mentioned before that the bottom is likely here, right? So at that, in fact, it would be 297 to about 301. as a target to the downside. Now, what I want to warn about is that in 18 hours and 44 minutes, the 5-day candle that we're currently on will finish, right? Will print, and it would be a bearish engulfing, right? So that's it's a little dangerous there. The only thing that's kind of preventing me from honoring that is that DMI is actually giving us support. So bulls are definitely still in control, not actually capitulating, and there is actually, I have no idea how this is possible, but bulls still have trend. Market trend right now when nothing is really moving, right? Consolidation is everywhere. And in fact, if you are looking at the 5-day volatility versus momentum, COSM could be bottomed and ready for a statistical move. And we have taken actually that criteria into consideration. A particular backtest here throughout the entire trading history of the COSM asset on the 5-day, right? So curiously enough here, those iterations have been 6 out of 6 guessed correctly to the upside, giving us that 100% move, right? I'm sorry, a 100% probability with a 162% move to the upside over just a lot of days. So if we were to face that move to the upside upon that condition being met, which is there, right? But it feels like it just needs a catalyst. I spoke to Cal about this yesterday. 814 would be that target, right? But I spoke to Cal about this yesterday. I was saying that the consolidation here, it almost feels like it's just, pending a piece of news, right? So now we have the diamond hands just kind of not selling, right? So if it is indicative of a floor, then yeah, there could be a pretty explosive move to find from here. If it does make a move to the 162.05%, which is AKA $8.14, then yeah, actually this could actually flash all of our signals and suggest a continuation to the upside. And historically speaking, we have exploded from this very zone already a few times, and we've used it as resistance as well, and we're literally hovering over it. We're just teetering around it. Okay, so I'm sorry that I actually don't have any definitive answers on this. It's just we are in consolidation, and it's a very, very, very boring time to kind of be in, right? So in fact, we should have already faced that upside. If anything, now we're just building another right angle triangle, right? So which in a consolidation phase would actually give us an upside and downside probability, right? So a wick down bump and run would be cherry, man. Yeah, that would be really cool. And in fact, 280 to 297 could very well be that. I mean, even lower would be nice, right? So particular to these targets here around the space of about 260 to 266, that would probably gather a massive amount of bulls and explode this thing to the upside. Let's look at the last part of the analysis here for the COSM asset. We're going to look at the RSI, right? And see if we have any more consolidation, because this is the RSI what gave me the consolidation bias the last time we looked at this, right? So, and it's not that I'm trying to spread any FUD or nothing like that, guys. It's just, when nothing's being favored, when we're getting upsides and downsides here and there, that's usually indicative of some price action being stagnant, right? Or a standstill motion. Okay, so 30-minute immediate short-term time frame suggesting a resistance right from the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile. So very much indicative of some sideways trading, right? So kind of chopping around here. And now the 4-hour time frame is also suggesting a downside. Is suggesting a downside. So this is what I mean: upside, downside, like that kind of stuff usually shows that there is some consolidation. Right, so I want you to notice here that we've been bouncing in and out of the gravitational zone, right? So we're in that gravitational zone yet again. And let me just draw you a trend line here just so you can see how kind of like how it's rhyming, okay? So yeah, please notice here that it's kind of using that area just as literally bouncing in and out and using that 14-day simple as that resistance. Okay, so now the 8-hour time frame also in that consolidation area, in that gravitational zone, right? Very likely to face an upside and then a downside and then an upside and then a downside. This is really what happened the last time. I'm actually having crazy deja vu right now. And the last time that we had this, hold on, I'm going to be very particular here. This move here, this one from $3.64 to about $7.40. This move here was statistically backed as well. It went up to 164%, but I was guessing a 100.07% move to the upside, right? So for days, we actually were, I mean, look at this. These are 5-day iterations. So we had little quick spike ups here and there, right? But we were consolidating for about 10 days. And then the price action finally started making that lower pressure, and then boom, right? It made that upside. But what I'm trying to say is that it kind of made me feel like that because I was covering COSM every single day back then. And now I'm not, right? So, but it's still, this is a lot further of a consolidation phase, which could be indicative of a higher move, right? But it's just speculative. But let's keep an eye on that, you guys, because even the buy daily and the 5-day are still suggesting consolidation here. This is literally what we're looking at, right? All consolidation. Let's keep an eye out for maybe some fundamental catalysts, which could be the reason why COSM is kind of at this standstill motion, right? So let's just keep an eye on that, guys, and then maybe we can actually fulfill it. Because what I can say is that it's in a bullish setup. Everything is kind of ready for a pop to the upside. Mark Roach saying, can you please check real quick UHC? Yeah, not a problem. Let me see real quick. And that's gonna do it for ticker symbol COSM, guys. And I'm sorry, Mark Roach, you said what? That was thank you, Samantha, and that was UHC, right? So UHC. But bro, let me hold on. UIHC. Sorry, I'm looking at a very tiny screen here. UIHC. Got it. I was like, where's that extra little letter that I'm totally missing, right? So it's just the I is so, dude, I wish you can see the tiny little writing here. All right. So, okay. Yeah. Let's give this a quick little gander here. 164. After hours, 165 traditional market close, right? So let me load up just some quick obvious tools here and see what we have. Okay. So this is really a capitulation. Okay. So, and in fact, if you look at shorter time frames, this could be the first phase of a bear flag. Thank you, Sam. This was, what was it? UIHC. So we're going to validate this in a shorter time frame is what I'm saying. So let me go to the 4-hour and see if we have that. So yeah, this is very indicative of a bear flag. Okay, so the cool thing is that we're getting close to the overextended, oversold percentile with critical volatility, which is, I mean, it is natural here. Okay, so let me look at, historically speaking, what we have below us. Okay, so and why did it fail like this, by the way? Do you know a reason? So let's see. This was 4 hours ago. United Insurance's unit entered. Okay, a memorandum here with Florida Department of Financial Services. Okay. Top pre-market decliners. Shares. Okay, the share slide. Growing concern warning. Okay. Oh, so it is kind of a negative. It's kind of a negative outlook, right? So are you, Mark Rose, are you trying to find the floor here? Because there could be another. Let me. I'm just don't follow me doing this, okay? Don't take this into any consideration here. I never practiced this, so I don't want you to, okay? I just want to see if it is confluent to something else, okay? So if it is, ish. Okay, so in fact, I was going to see if maybe the bottom side or the range between 108 and 95 cents could be one of those loading zones. But sometimes when that is the case, then you actually would have, here, look, let me show you better set on the 8-hour. Okay, so if you're not long already, there could be another potential loading zone. Hold on, okay, so I want to show you this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, this tiny, actually it would be better said this one. There's a gap here. Okay, so on the 8-hour time frame, this gap has some confluence to the bottom side of this candle. Okay, so if that were the drop, we're gonna validate that with some fibs, right? So just like this could be the get long zone, right? So let me get rid of this line here because that's very it's misleading, right? So let me just bring some things in the light here. Now, the range of the 8-hour time frame that we have here, we're going to validate with moving averages and also, sorry about that, and also with some fibs. So in this case, let's take a fib from the range low to the range high and see if the gaps landed anywhere. Well, they do, right? So we have the 3-spot 272 and the 3-spot 618 with direct confluence here to several areas of support and resistance. Modified target here, I would honestly suggest, or I'm sorry, I'm honestly looking at this here. 95.93 to the top side of about 105 could be a very interesting loading zone. Okay, so I know that's kind of a distance away, and I'm going to validate the downside thesis shortly, right? So let me pull up the averages now and see what we have. Okay, so the SMA 200 on the 8 hours near the 1-spot 272. So this is very likely to find a bounce here and use the 1-spot 618 or the 1-spot 272 as resistance, which is confluent to the lower end of these candles here, and then continue on to the downside. So what I'm using right now is just raw price action. Okay, so this is just kind of how. So I would recommend to look at things first, right? So now let me look at a shorter time frame to see if we have any moving averages down. I'm sorry, a larger time frame to see if we have any moving averages down there. Okay, so again, the SMA 200 within that 2-spot 272. Let me look at that 5-day and see what we have. Okay, so SMA 50 at 134 on a 5-day, and this is one huge bearish engulfing that would be validated in 18 hours and 32 minutes. This is indicative of a continuation to the downside. So this alone is giving the validity of these targets. It's increasing the validity of the targets that I just provided. Okay, so now let me load up an RSI and see if the downside thesis is compatible entirely. Okay, so the 30-minute time frame, and I'll try to invalidate it too, right? So with validation, there's invalidation too. It's important to look at the downside and the upside before any type of entry, right? So support found from the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. It is in the gravitational zone though of the bear strength percentile. So let's move on to the bi-hourly, see what we have. Bi-hourly is suggesting some sideways trading, right? So it is also pivoted slightly to the upside in the gravitational zone, but the 14-day simple is above us still. So that very likely could find resistance from that area, which would be, let's see, the obvious target would be at about 176 before a continuation to the downside. So on the bi-hourly. So now the 6-hour time frame, same situation here. I mean, we have the Stokes suggesting downside from critical volatility and very likely to start maxing out. Okay, so 12-hour time frame, let's see what it's got. It's got a downside pivot in the gravitational zone, downside on the Stokes, increasing volatility. That means that the bears are trying to take control entirely here. Okay, so daily downside pivot and the bi-daily absolute nosedive here, and the stochastics are barely starting. Yes, I honestly, if FOMO doesn't take over to the upside, then I am looking at a potential continuation here to about 42%, with the top side or minimal target here of about 36%. And please remember the targets that I'm looking at, right? So 105 to 101 or more, or better set actually, 95.93 or 96 to about 105. A 9-cent deficit there in a pretty important area of support. Okay, as it is technically an inflection point in this entire zone here, previously used as support as well. So keep an eye on this. I hope you're not long just yet, Mark Roach, but there is a potential opportunity arising. Okay, so it's just that we need to see the indicators after this flash here, because it's just, I don't know how things can technically oversell forever, right? But that is going to do it for ticker symbol UIHC. Okay, so now, guys, let me go ahead and take a look at that ticker symbol JFBR for my dude Steven, right? So JFBR, I'm not sure. I do remember looking at it, but actually, you know what? I'm going to pull up the other chart that we actually did on the live, right? So it should be here. There we go. Okay, so. Yeah, let me look at the one on. Oh no, that was just right now. Let me pull up the other one actually. My goodness, come on, man. Who hired this guy? All right, so JFBR, and that was the one from the 13th of April. So, oh, thank you, Sam. Jeez, man, I'm just the best over here. Goodness. Okay, so, oh, right. Okay, so what I do like, honestly, on the 4 hour is that we're getting overextended. So that's not bad. We are within that chop zone that we were speaking of too. Okay, so why has it stopped here though? Is there any type of something happening? So top pre-market gainers. Okay, that's March 15th. It's irrelevant. Let me take a quick look at its financials, right? So market cap, tiny 7.1 mil, and the float 3.31. Okay, so let's let me just take a look at this in the upper term timeframes to see if there's any potential setup happening for this, right? So downside continuation likely on the daily. And if it is likely, that would give some credit to this target down here, 88.83. Okay, so if I remember correctly, I think I did suggest a continuation to the downside, and the bulls on the DMI actually, DMI is kind of supporting bears right now too. Okay, so in fact we're getting diminishing ADX here, which is indicative of the bulls losing some strength here. Okay, so let me continue on to a higher term time frame. Okay. So yeah, I think we need the shorter timeframes to kind of start influencing the upper timeframes, and this is where I would start reversing, right? Using the cascading effect from the shorter timeframes to the upper timeframes. Let's see. The setup is in the 3-day. We already have a pretty nice firing of the signal too. But in 18 hours and 27 minutes, we're likely going to see the effects of a continuation to the downside. So this may, in fact, correct. Okay, you guys. So for now, I would actually give a highlight to this target here of 88, 83. But the downside is actually more relevant than not. Let me load up an RSI and get rid of the DMI and see what we have. Okay, so potentially crossing here from the, that's a little weird to read. Let me see the 30-minute finding support from that 14-day simple. Now the bi-hourly is crossing below the 14-day simple. There we go. Okay, 6-hour time frame suggesting a downside continuation from the gravitational zone, likely to find downside tomorrow. Downside pivot on the 12-hour, approaching the gravitational zone of the bear weakness, very likely to find downside tomorrow. And yeah, man. Okay, so yeah, guys, it's we need the downside first in the immediate short term. So tomorrow and maybe Friday, there could be a reloading here, or a reaccumulation. Sorry. And if I can give you a tighter range, then I would actually have to favor this wick low here, right, to the current 88 cent level, right? So around 82.85 to around 89.13 would be that bottom side before we can face a potential bounce to the upside, and that would kind of give reason to the 3-day volatility burst. Yeah, seriously, bro, I totally see it. I was like, man, Cal's totally gonna catch this. So this can actually find a pretty nice bounce here, and it would give reason to volatility versus momentum in an upper time frame. So let's see, for JFBR exit. So upon this bounce here, that starts to get a little sketchy right there, bro. Okay, so let me this is just, please remember that I don't have anything mathematically backing this exit whatsoever other than my full discretion. Okay, so let me just take a quick look here at particularly the daily, actually, or even the 12-hour better. So finding a bounce from this zone here would potentially take you back actually to the area of about 97.28 to face resistance, right? So in this resistance, we would then come back to about 89.02. And from 89.02, this can actually start a correctional phase to face the potential 50-day simple moving average on a 12-hour to 109. So while we're continuing to the downside, the 109 target could by then be located at 102. So I would honestly look at 102. 101 to, all right, I would say $1 to 102 would be kind of my exit point to try to recover whatever I'm missing, right? So, oh no, I mean to get out before the drop tomorrow. Oh God, okay, yeah, hold on, let me see here. So let me pull up the 15-minute and the 5-minute. Oh geez, are you kidding me? That's bro, why? This is really tough. Okay, so immediate short-term time frame downside. Let's see the 1 minute. Jeez, I don't really look at time frames that close, right? But let me see the 15-minute one more time. And okay, the 15-minute maybe it. Okay, 30-minute. All right, so at least that. Okay, so 30-minute short-term time frame downside. Okay, so wait for 94.90. Right, so 94.90 would be like the pickup for a scalp. So 94.90 before a bounce to the upside, very likely to find the resistance at about 97.12, where the SMA 10 would be located and the SMA 50 would be. Okay, so 97.12 to about 97.88 would be my zone. Okay, my dude, wait for it to drop first and then wait for the bounce, but it's gonna be fast, so be quick. Okay, so this is a momentum play. I'm talking about serious scalp action here. Okay, so be super careful. All right, so that's kind of like the best that I can sort of see for the immediate short-term time frame, as it is kind of collapsing here. Right, this will face a larger downside in the coming days. So be super careful on that one, all right, Steven? So, man, I just want you to be very aware that this thing is not forgiving whatsoever. And, in fact, it's the bears are trying, like, actively, as we speak, to take control over this right now, okay, you guys? So, Hopium, what's up? Oh, you called BBBY on the dot as usual. And you know what's crazy, man, is that, yeah, I did the mathematical backtest. I, in fact, had the backtest for a while. But the real person who actually brought that up was actually the administrator, moderator, Cal L. So he brought it to my attention and said, dude, this looks like it's ready to pop. And I started looking at it. I'm like, bro, there is a serious setup here. And I'm going to be hated for saying it. And lots of people talk their crap, right? Saying, oh, Arca, you're blind, you're delusional. Haven't you seen BBBY going down for the last 64 months? It's not going to recover bankruptcy, right? So it doesn't matter. You guys know that I can give one crap about, I don't give a crap about the fundamentals, right? So there's volatility play in line. I'm going to go ahead and put it up. Right, so we got that upside. It was very nice, right? And it definitely met that statistical probability too. So, there's more upside to be looked at it from it, but I would honestly just be out by now. Okay, so Hopium saying you're the number one stock whisperer, bro. No, dude, man. I really wish that the people that I look up to, right, were actually covering stocks, but they're covering crypto. For example, Eric Crown, dude, if he were doing equities, if he were doing traditional markets, my bro would be freaking annihilating this, bro. He's so good. I've learned so much from Eric Crown himself, right? So he's also a systematic trader, also a statistician in some sort of way, right? But everything is rules-based and data-backed, right? So that's kind of where I learned my systematic side. But from my personal, what's his name? From my personal mentor, right? My personal mentor, he is a full-on discretionary trader, like a full-on normo. Okay, that guy is absolutely a normie by every mean, but he is so damn good. So I learned my discretionary from him, and I learned my systematic from Eric Crown. Keith, what's up, my dude? Good to see you here, man. So Ada Davis saying, oh, I want to sleep with an Arca, so I have good luck with an Orca. So Keith saying, Arca, my dude, any changes since yesterday's analysis for GTII? Oh, what the dude? Thank you so much. I already recorded. It's wow, holy goodness! I have not posted it. It's ready. Actually, I'm gonna be posting up that video. I guess just right after this, I have to create the thumbnail, right? Because now I just can't do it now because I'm live right now, right? But please please take a note at this. Let me move my screen over here. Let me just make sure that there's no like sensitive information here, right? So, all right. So yeah, let me bring up my YouTube. So this is the creators page, right? So please notice here that this is the GTII short-term upside potential. So this is it's a 15-minute video. Stop hating me, right? So, but it's there. I just didn't post it. But yes, the GTII video is done. I will be posting it soon, right? So I just I wanted to point this one out for you guys real quick. All right, please notice over here that we have this video here for GTII when I said watch before Monday, right? So this was just a few days ago. So for all the haters out there, right? Please take a notice right here. How many dislikes this video has? Absolutely freaking none. I love it, man. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. I love you. Ah, my goodness, man. Yeah, but not all of them. That's not the case on all of them, right? There's usually the one hater. All right, so, and this one right here, the one hater. Good times, good times. We all know who that one is. And I'm just kidding. I have no idea who it is. Right? So, but yeah, I will be posting that up. Just, I just need some patience over here. I totally forgot. I dropped the ball on that one, right? It was Cal's fault. I'm just playing, man. Love is in the air. Absolutely agreed, man. Agreed. All right. So yeah, not a problem, Keith. I'm sorry that I actually did if it weren't for you, I would have been going back to my YouTube Creator Studio and I would have looked at what is that video? Oh, stupid. But thanks, dude. Thanks for reminding me of that. And let's see. So Kal-El saying probably someone I banned hit the dislike. I gotta tell you all that you should not by any means piss off Kal-El, okay? Do not piss Kal-El off because my dude is absolutely the biggest guard dog that I've ever had in my life. He will not take your nonsense. He will absolutely be ruthless. Okay, you guys? So if you've actually, don't just, that's all I'm going to say. But guys, thanks to Kal-El, the BBBY play was made to the upside, okay, you guys? So thank him for that. Please make sure to say, Kal-El, moderator Kal-El, love you, bro. Thank you for the play. I made $1 million. All right. Good times here. Yes, absolutely, man. He's more than a mod. He's actually a brother to me. He is blood to me. All right, you guys. So let's make sure to go on to the freaking next ticker, right, and see what we got. So, Aiden Davis, all I got to do is throw a... Dude, somebody said poi to me. I had no idea what it meant. All right, as long as everything is pono, everything is cool, right? Aiden Davis, let me know. Oh, my goodness. All right, so yes, you guys, I want to take a look at one more ticker here. Not one more, right? Not one more for the night. I'm actually talking about ticker symbol SI. This is an interesting opportunity here because of this huge, very, very big bullish engulfing candle iteration, okay? So as it could be indicative... as it could be indicative of a continuation to the upside. I thought Pono was good, but it's actually taken more as a surfer side. It's righteous, bro. Chee, my bro. All right. So thank you, Samantha. Yes, let's go ahead and continue. Ticker symbol SAI, as there appears to be something of a good little thing there for us. Okay. So what time did you say, Samantha? That was 6:43. Got it. Thank you so much. Because we need to make sure that Barbara Young gets the times just for everybody else. So guys, bullish engulfing here on the 8 hour. Let's load up some tools to see if we can get bias for direction, at least in the immediate short-term time frame, right? So, oh my goodness. King, a Cal of the Arca world, my dude. Bro, you guys don't know, but you guys really don't know, but Arca, me, the voice, is in fact not the person who creates all of these awesome hits. It's actually Cal. Cal is the one who has called every single... So he writes the scripts for me, and then I just read them, and then I come on live, and then I say what he says. Okay? I'm just kidding. Relax, you guys already yelling at me, throwing me under the bus. He He writes the scripts and I say them out loud. All right, you guys, listen, enough of the messing around here. You're distracting Arca. All right, so Kal-El was magically Arca this entire time. You guys didn't know nothing. All right, I'm just playing, guys. I love to play around, especially with the new haters. I've been playing around with them super so much. I don't know that I should continue doing that, but I just find so much relief, like having all this fun with the haters. All right. So I actually can see why the breakout could be happening right now. Descending channel on the daily, which is usually indicative of a reversal. Okay, try to say that fast, like 3 times. Of a reversal, of a reversal, of a reversal. Say that fast. Do it right now. Do not lie to me. Say it out loud. Of a reversal, of a reversal, of a reverse. I can't even do it. All right, okay, you guys. So stop messing around. Let's do this again. All right. So breakout from the descending channel here, and it looks to be pretty damn accurate, actually. So, and actually, could it be another formation? No. It's definitely a descending channel. Very cool. Samantha said, "Do it." It's so hard for me to say that. Yeah, that's a gnarly tongue twister, man. Try to say that like five times really fast, you'll be screwed up. Moderator DJ, what's up, my bro? Good to see you here, dude. Check it out. We're looking at a ticker symbol SAI, potential upside continuation. But what I do want to voice here, though, yeah, right, your voice coaching. What I do want to point out here, guys, is that there is a huge problem here. The fact is that we've never come back. It doesn't have to happen this way. But we've never actually come back to test that newly converted resistance into support, which, you know, it's a, like I said, it's not a necessity, but it's often good to consider before a continuation to the upside, right? So, I mean, this is just one huge upside, and it is breaking market structure like freaking crazy, right? So I don't even know what to make of this candle here, but it is connecting everything pretty nicely, right? But this could be prepping for just a larger upside. So this is a tech. Why is it doing this? So top pre-market, don't call this a decliner. What the heck? Of course, it's just volatile as hell right now. So, man, there's not even any news. So why the heck could this thing even run that hard, right? So huge bullish engulfing on the daily time frame as well. Very curious. Let's look at the other time frames. Okay, so all right, so the buy daily, guys, check this out. There's already a setup here. Buy daily with a massive upside suggestion in the gravitational zone of the bearish control zone, right? So this is already suggesting a continuation to the upside while being maxed out in volatility. Okay, so if there is an opportunity here, then let's take into consideration money flow, right? So if there is, right? So I mean, money flow is losing a little bit. Well, because I mean, it is indicative of it is related to the downside that we faced, right? But another thing that I should mention here is this enormous hammer candle after a downtrend. That is usually a continuation signal, right? So if we are to face an upside here, can we validate or invalidate the probabilities? Balanced out money flow on the 3-day and just moonshotting here on that 5-day. Oh, man. Okay, this is a little challenging. So there is a short-term downside to be faced here between the area of about 385 to about 370. Okay, 385 to 370 is a pretty important zone. Okay, so hold on. Let me just put it together like this. This is a challenge. So 370. It's a challenge, guys, because I don't like to evaluate too many tickers that have already pumped to the upside like this, right? So in other words, Steven, I hope you're in the profit right now, my dude. So yeah, let's continue validating this potential. Now look at this. This is the momentum 3-day exponential moving average just pivoted straight to the upside alongside the 14-day. This is indicative of a continuation to the upside, just like kind of like this here, right? So you have that same type of momentum. And in fact, it would, you know, these candles are really large, but let me just zoom in so you can see exactly what I mean. And then you'll see like, oh, well, that's why, right? So this here, from this point to this point, literally to the top side of this, that could have been a massive move, but well, I mean, or not, right? But let's just see. So that, okay, massive move, 2% to the upside, right? But what the hell? Why would it make such a huge move? 975 to 1001. Yeah, that's barely any gainer. And then it actually faced a continuation to the upside here on a, whoa, okay. How the heck? Oh, so I see. It's very delayed. Oh my goodness, man. Sorry, guys. I'm discovering just new things over here. So a delayed reaction. So in fact, the move was about a 30% move to the upside. Delayed by 1 bar. Interesting. Okay. All right. So if this is actually going to face an upside move, then it's already in that process and it's barely starting it on the 5-day. Okay. So let's just now look at the 30-minute and see if we have any continuation of it. Okay. So 30-minute money flow suggesting a continuation to the upside. We're starting to reach that overbought percentile on the 30-minute with contraction. Okay, so that's already indicative of a continuation to the upside. Let me now remove money flow and consider the RSI and see if there's anything hidden there, any little hidden treasures, right? So bi-hourly time frame making a cross up upside of the 14-day simple. That's already pretty bullish itself too, right? So now the 6-hour time frame upside pivot, very nice. Okay, correctional pivot here on the oh, okay. All right. Yeah, this is very likely going to touch down back into this area before continuing on to the upside. And the upside is going to be affected by the 6-hour. So the 6-hour is starting to contract, and we have that very tiny little pivot here. Oh my goodness, I hate that this ticker is ridiculous, bro. This is insane. Let me see the MACD. I never talk about the MACD either, so... Oh man! All right, so MACD giving us a trend and momentum continuation to the upside. In fact, the histogram is actually starting to print new green bars to the upside as well. So yeah, I'm still gonna honor what I just said. We still have an upside continuation here, starting from the 6-hour, meaning that accumulation for the first half. Accumulation may happen all day tomorrow, followed by a continuation to the upside on the following day. That is if FOMO doesn't already just take it and take this thing to the upside, right? So I honestly think that could be, that could be a high probability here, guys. Okay, so let me pull up the averages and see what we have as support. Okay, so 4-hour, man, this one is very challenging. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just staying quiet. Just bear with me just for a quick sec, okay? All right. If we are to fail the 6-hour support at 370, consider I can get a little closer to. Let me just get a little surgical on this and bring up the exponentials, right? So let me display EMAs and see if we have anything closer to the price action. Ooh, barely anything closer. So that would be the EMA 7 at right at about there. So what I'm saying is that if we are to consider a failure here of the 370, there is a secondary target and it's a range. Okay, so it would be at the EMA 7, 344 to the bottom side of this candle here at about 336. Okay, so that would be the second area for loading and then a continuation to the upside. Okay, so on an upside trajectory, we have to look at the upper time frames to see if we have anything as resistance from our averages, right? So the price action is just so far the freak up right now that it's kind of hard to get anything. We're already at the resistance of the EMA 9 there. Okay, so let me see. What about quarterly? Oh, man, if this thing is making quarterly moves, wow. Okay, 523 could be that zone. Okay, you guys, so 523, let's validate it with the 6-hour now. Okay, so guys, I'm not gonna even lie for 1 second. I will be not surprised if I got this wrong. Okay, so 523 is right at the 1.618. Okay, so that's 530 there. So now that gives us a resistance range. Okay, so 530 to 523. And it could be just like, oh man, I'm actually, you know what? I'm going to favor this candle wick just like that. Very discretionary, but 493 to about 530 could be the resistance zone on a quarterly resistance of the SMA 50 and the 1.618 golden mean on the 6 hour. Jeez. All right, so, bro, you made me sweat. Jesus, my goodness, man. This is super tough. All right, so that's honestly what I'm thinking here. Okay, so keep an eye on that. All right, so now let's go ahead and move on to the next ticker, which is going to be ticker symbol CFRX. Let's see what it's got in line for us, guys. All right, so let's see the chat. Chat, what are you guys saying? Moderator Cal L saying the money flow index. Dude, that's dope. Thank you. Thank you for letting the chat know what it is, right? So, and what is up? You're saying, hey, thank you for the VOCL video, man. You're welcome, but I also apologize, right? But as I did notice that I actually had the call out pretty inconsistent on that one, as we got entirely bull trapped, right? So I'm going to try to look at it again tonight, and so that we can gauge a potential for it. Okay, so I was kind of upset that it actually led to that downside. Steven, not a problem, my dude. Absolutely, you're welcome. All right, so Sebastian Lim saying CFRX. Yeah, actually that one is next, my brother. Let's go ahead and move on to that ticker and take a look at this. Yeah, take a look at it real quick, right? So we have, where was it? Right here. So CFRX, and it is actually one of those tickers that I looked at before, wasn't it? Man, it's been a long time since I've looked at this ticker. Ooh, we reclaimed the inside of the broadening descending wedge. Okay, so now do we have an upside? So let me just go ahead and note here that I am officially starting this ticker, right? So it's going to be CFRX. But yeah, and what I'm trying to say here is that I'm going to kind of recollect or regather myself and try to see why there was invalidation there, because the upside was pretty damn clear, and now I'm not sure if I'm being used as a short seller's target. So I may consider not covering it publicly like that, because a lot of people tend to use my targets as a short position entry, because it tends to be it usually tends to be kind of. I'm not saying this in like a bloating manner, but a lot of the times my targets tend to be pretty tight. So short sellers find a great deal of interest for that, right? So they will likely open short there, and open short in a predatory manner, meaning in groups. So they'll it's kind of annoying, but moderator Cal and I have kind of noticed that. But yeah, you guys. So let's go ahead and now continue on the analysis here. Right, straight up, I do feel like I don't know, but Cal will attest to that. He'll be like, yeah, it just. We want to keep some tickers a little bit in the silence, right? But yeah, to the whole filing error, the fiasco, reverse split, dude. Yeah. So okay, so now we want to just try to see if we have a downside, right, or an upside for CFRX. I do like that we face this upside though, because we reclaimed the inside of a bullish formation. But that's not to say that it's going to give us the final answer, right? So I'm already noticing critical volatility here. So could it be with an upside? I don't know. But let's just see. And that'll kind of take us into the next step, right? So, ooh, dude. Yeah, cool. Very, very, very nice setup. But let me see the 12-hour. 181. So further upside on that 12-hour. Interesting. Very, very cool. Oh, my goodness. There could be something here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and express it to you in just a sec. I just need to look at this by myself real quick and kind of evaluate this, because this is another challenging one. But yeah, man, now the buy daily should have an upside too. 3-day as well, and the freaking 5-day. Oh, man, okay. Yeah, something's up here, and it's making me a little jittery. So let me see the SMI. Do we have a money flow? Okay, so continuous upside on the money flow daily. We're starting to get an upside here, and so sell pressure is kind of diminishing on the buy daily. Okay, there is consolidation on money flow on the 3-day. This now makes me feel that the 3-day is waiting for the shorter time frame influence. 5-day influx as well. So, oof. Okay, 18 hours, you would close the biggest freaking hammer candle known to mankind. Okay, so this would be indicative of a continuation to the upside by itself. Okay, so CFRX looking a little ridiculous right now. Okay, so I'm a fan of it. Okay, inverted hammer on the weekly print here. We have 1 day, 19 hours. Very likely to see the effects by Monday in the volatility versus momentum, and even in the money flow. Money flow still indicative of a continuation in buy pressure. And in fact, take a look very closely here that we have an upside pivot starting on the weekly volatility versus momentum. Okay, so we are in fact massively expanded and starting a contraction phase, which could be reversion play now. Okay, so if we are to consider a reversion on the weekly, then that could give us the topside target. Let's go ahead and validate now. Okay, so let's see. Very interesting topside target at the top of our broadening descending wedge, $4.77 resistance. And now let me actually pull up Substance to see if we have the psychological supports and resistances as well. Okay, so actually we have a very close suggestion. So first of all, we have, can't freaking read it. Let me see. There we go. So that can't be real. 122.81. Why would it say that? Oh my God, it's all the way up there. My goodness. And why would that target be there? Oh, I see. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, the guys, don't focus on the $100 targets yet. All right, but as far as the Substance giving us relevant time frames, then there is a the 4-hour resistance is located at 390, so it's already giving us a resistance touch there. So 390 to 477 is very, very likely, actually. So I'm afraid to say that because that's kind of a huge push to the upside from the current area, right? So just don't mind these targets just yet. Okay, in order for us to get upside into these targets, which is, by the way, very possible, but we need to make a move. Let me block out the indicators, okay? I don't want to just talk out loud here. As long as we are below $34.43, the arena belongs to the bears, right? So I'm talking in a macro scale here, okay? So we would need to combat that area first, close with a daily candle minimum, and then we would face a serious, like, just a whoop, all the way to the upside there. Similar to CXAI, similar to what I think even VIRI is doing. A lot of tickers are doing that kind of move right now, right? So that's the personal unicorn for Cal. All right, so there is a very present upside here, starting almost in the immediate short-term time frame. So CFRX is very curious, my dudes. I'm gonna just say it out loud right now. If I do get long on this, it's full transparency. You now know that I may long this. Okay, so as I still have some capital left to enter some tickers, 30-minute breakout out of a right angle triangle on really interesting. Actually, this is the way that I've been looking at right angle triangles actually trade. It's to the upside after an upside, right? So after an upside, traditionally it's to the downside. So this is definitely indicative of a continuation to the upside, and we're at that breakout period on the 30-minute, okay? So thus validating and confirming the move upside of the 14-day simple moving average and giving credibility to the exponential 3 and a simple 14, okay? So definitely an upside to continue here. Bi-hourly time frame, let's see what it's got for us. My goodness, man, this is awesome. Upside continuation from the bi-hourly RSI. Gravitational zone, I wouldn't trust this. This could just be like a little blip before it continues on to the upside, right? So very likely that it could happen like that, right? So a slight pullback on there and then continuation. Let's see the 6-hour. Upside bias on the 6-hour. Upside bias, right? That's our catalyst. The 6 hour is where we're focused on. The 8-hour suggesting a very slight pullback, but that's just ebb and flow. Okay, that pullback can be to 176 from 181, and then moving into the daily. That's where the setups start to actually make that upside suggestion. Gravitational zone on the RSI very likely to continue on to the upside here, guys. Know that this could be just a very choppy day tomorrow, but leading into the following days, like potentially even Friday. I know that, FOMO can take and invalidate anything that you're talking about, right? But in my personal opinion, tomorrow is loading. Friday, it starts to make its move. Friday or Monday, right? So those 2 days are very particular for an upside continuation. All right, you guys. So I'm going to leave CFRX there because this has a very, very interesting opportunity here, right? So making me act up a little bit. Oh, man. Oh, my goodness, bro. Do not act up on this one, man. I mean, do as you will, right? But I think this has a pretty interesting opportunity now, right? So, and in fact, we're being suggested by the reversion variant at 472, which just so happens to be the top side of this broadening descending wedge, which just so happens to be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, fake out. Actually, 4. Damn, it did touch it. 4, and then the true breakout test number 5. Oh, my goodness. This is definitely suggesting a true breakout out of this formation. Okay, so there is... Just, guys, please remember your risk management, the risk management. Did you hear me just slur that? I was like, remember, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so remember your risk management, okay? Make sure to survive another trading day, okay? So that you can have... yet again, another opportunity, right? So note, move made on statistics, no real subtractive news, possibly insider news coming. I'm actually considering backtesting the 6-hour volatility versus momentum profile. I was going to say there's not much data to look into, but there really is. Holy crap. All the way to 2014, and dude, there are so many. All right, so this is clean up into the 40s iterations, right? But that would give us further validity. But I think this thing has very clean already put its floor, and this is likely to continue on to the upside. But just be very careful, okay, you guys. So that's going to do it for ticker symbol CFRX. And now let's go ahead and move on to our next ticker, guys, and that is going to be ticker symbol WISH. Let me see what we can do real quick with this one, right? So, and okay, WISH. Let's see. I see the formation, but I'm just not sure if we can trust it, right? So let's see it. Oh, goodness gracious, you guys, who called out ticker symbol WISH? Something happening here, something brewing, something UCLA Bruins up in this thing. All right, so let's see what it's got. So Samantha, WISH at 707. Were you the person who actually called this one out, or who called out WISH? Oh, Rosaura Martinez called it. Damn, she's over here already practicing the master. She was already practicing, what was it, week number 5. She totally caught it, man. Oh, my goodness. It's working out for her. I see, Rosaura. All right, good job. I love it that you're using the strategies from the master's course. All right, so let's go ahead and get this done. You said, Samantha, this was ticker symbol WISH at 707. Good deal. Thank you. All right, so very, very nice setup here on the daily, which now makes me feel that the shorter time frames already have an upside starting. Okay, so let's start from maybe the 4-hour, and the 4-hour has an upside pivot on the 14-day simple, slight upside pivot, and starting the contraction phase down here. Okay, very nice, bi-hourly. Contracting upside pivot. Damn, this is almost a slam dunk. 8-hour time frame, critical contraction. Very nice setup here. Very nice posture. Daily time frame, similar situation. And the bi-daily is actually starting to bottom out, which is very, very indicative of being reliant or waiting for the influence from the shorter time frames. Okay, so this in the 3-day as well, approaching the downside, right? Just like this. And critical volatility here starting to contract. Damn, this thing is either very close to the bottom or is in fact already there. So let me take into consideration. All right, so CFRX is already making a massive something. All right, so let me just put it here on my notes that we're going to long CFRX. We're potentially going to long WISH. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the RSI right now. This actually goes... the credit here, man, goes straight out to Rosaura. All right, so let's go to the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame and see what we have. Very silly price action here. Incredible price action. All right, so the downside appears to be showing on the RSI and very limited. So 41.45% could be that drop. And if I were to guess that correctly, then it would be at the support line of our gap right over here. Okay, of course, we've already filled the gap, but sometimes we can use those gaps for future play, right? So very likely for us to come back down to 714 to 710. And if there is like an area to start averaging, then that particular area would be started at 725. But sometimes, you know, you guys, you should really take into consideration your lower targets, because whatever's cheap can be cheaper still, right? So very, very curious times here. Okay, so now the buy hourly time frame showing a potential corrective downside, and it may not actually realize. We still have an upside on that 14-day simple. We have stochastics to the upside and still contracting down here. Okay, so on the buy hourly, I'm torn between these two targets. Okay, 710 to 725. These targets here is definitely a loading zone, but I'm not sure what we can do. Okay, but let me continue moving on here and see what we have in store for us. Okay, so where are the averages? I need some averages now. Where are our resistance points? Particular to the 4-hour, I'm very, very interested in what's happening here. Why? Because this could be potentially finding resistance from that, facing a downside to this candle here, right? So we can reaccumulate at that candle and continue on to the upside. Okay, so now what would that be similar to you, right? So that's actually an inverse herpy-derpy. All right, so we have a shoulder here, we have a head and a shoulder, potential continuation to the upside, right? It's just a reaccumulation phase. And it is actually, we are already in the third bear flag here. So I would really like one more bear flag. The fourth one would be usually the indicative one for the upside. I would like to see it, but it's not obvious that we would face another one, right? So 4-hour RSI already crossing above the 14-day simple. That's very nice. Let's see the 8-hour. The 8-hour is showing a little bit of consolidation on the RSI particularly. Okay, consolidation on the daily RSI as well, and a little bit of downside on the buy daily, but of course, because we were starting to prep for that upside, let me see the volume now. The volume is over a 10-day. Okay, so it's a little bit of a slow mover. Okay, so, and it's not bad. So this is, well, 19 million on the float with a 165 market cap. Okay, it's a little expensive, but still, I mean, the setup is kind of there. It's just a slow mover, which is good. I mean, it doesn't mean that it just doesn't have to, freaking thrust to the upside like crazy and then make a millionaire out of you and then make you broke all in the same minute, right? So sometimes a slightly less volatile stock would be a safer play, right? So I am still looking at a downside here before a continuation to the upside, but we must pay close attention to the downside and what it does to the momentum indicators. Okay, so we're already losing bear strength, right? So the floor may very likely be in, and in fact, this is a daily hammer, so it looks nice. And I would love this wick to have come down a little bit lower, but still, Wish is definitely suggesting an upside. Okay, so let me go ahead and finish off right then and there. Right, so now let's take a look at that ticker symbol MCOM. And move right along, right? So Off-Grid Gorilla, I think that one was yours, right, my dude? So guys, still, yes, I'm going to continue looking at ticker symbol Wish, but for sure CFRX is looking mighty, mighty juicy in comparison to the other ones, right? So far, Wish and CFRX, particularly CFRX with that higher probability upside in a shorter time frame. Mark Roach, I'd say, man, something is up with that one. So, yeah, guys, let's go ahead and now take a look at MCOM. And I would actually have to express to you one more situation here, okay? So, I can't go over this right now, but there is a setup here on ticker symbol NOGN. Okay, so keep this in your watch list. There is a very, very nice thing happening here, starting from the daily, actually from lots of time frames. Okay, we have a very curious setup here. SMA 10 being converted into support, volatility versus momentum in accordance right now. Huge upside here. So I'm not sure about it, but I just have to kind of just say it out loud for you. Okay, so now let's move on to ticker symbol MCOM. Okay, so Off-Grid Gorilla, this one was yours, right, my bro? So let's go ahead and take a look at this one and see what it's got in line. All right, so let me just move this to the upside here. Jeez, are you kidding me, dude? Did you catch this, Off-Grid Gorilla? Are you? Did you catch this one? You caught it just recently? You scanned it? Because I can see that you're starting to consider your volatility versus momentum. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And it's showing in the master students. I love it, you guys. This is very, very cool. So let's see. Man, the buy daily setup is primed as well. And jeez. I'm thinking, Chris, what's up, man? VIRI. This is actually my last ticker for tonight, but I think I may actually release a dedicated video for VIRI. Okay, but oh man, so the shorter time frames, guys, MCOM is looking like very, very something as well, similar to CFRX. In fact, a little tighter, actually, a little harder. These are accumulation cycles, guys. This is very much like indicative before like some strong move to the upside happens. Okay, this is very volatile too. Okay, so dude, a good, very, very good find, Off-Grid Gorilla. Cal, check this one out, dude. This has some serious upside potential, and in the shorter time frames, all the way up to the buy daily. And actually, I'm curious to even see the MACD on this one. Let's see. So, okay, minimizing bear pressure right now. The curvature is starting to happen on that MACD. That's very, very nice. Okay, let's see the 4 hour. 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour bullish cross. Getting that green on the histogram. Okay, so that's already looking very bullish too. The daily MACD is about to cross. We're literally diminishing the bears like crazy here. Yeah, dude. Something. Good job, Off-Grid Gorilla. This is absolutely a ticker that can be taken into high regard here. And let's see the buy daily. I mean, man, they're all losing bear pressure, right? So we have to just keep an eye on this because the shorter time frames are all suggesting a continuation to that upside. So let me get rid of the MACD for now and take a look or take into consideration the RSI now. Okay, so let me start it off from the 30-minute immediate short-term time frame. This thing has been bottomed out for a long time in consolidation, right? So it could be about that time. And you can see the volatility kind of starting to enter here too, right? So, oh man, this is another one to keep. Yeah. Oh, could it be actually? Let me see the daily. A mean reversion? Yeah. This is a mean reversion play. And I wouldn't be surprised if that mean reversion was somewhere in between this gap here. So let's put it up and see. And it is. 357 is the reversion on the daily. That's freaking huge, actually. That's enormous. 501 on the buy daily. Oh, man. This thing is suggesting to cover the gap in about a week or two. Okay. Damn. All right. So this is the old HLBZ. They went into micro mobility. This was Hellbiz. This is one hell of a volatility play. So I hope I'm not sure. Does anyone? But remember that this was actually found by Off-Grid Gorilla through a scan. It wasn't actually, or unless I'm mistaken, was this mentioned by any other influencer? Does anyone know if this was like? Do you think it could be a potential pump? You know, if that's the case, then maybe stay away, right? But the signatures are. Let's see. Yes, name change. Okay, NLGN, but I'm out. Okay, so no, I don't think so. Okay, so all right, so this is safely we can say that it's a volatility play. You know, this is a volatility play, and and likely to make its move, right? But also do remember that we've been just flatlined here for a while. Okay, so, and actually, let me see the volume on the 10-day. 1.6 million. It's also kind of a slow mover too, right? So, Sebastian Lem, MCOM seems like it never gonna have green days. But I mean, it's already doing green days though. So, for example, one day to the next, it faced a 28, freaking almost 30% move to the upside. So that is not bad. No, not that I've seen, says Off Grid Gorilla. Okay, the reason I mention it was because HLBZ is sentiment turned on them before the before the rename. Dude, HLBZ's the CEO of that company diluted that company to the freaking ground. That guy sucks. So yes, I do agree on that sentiment. So this is, I would not by any means hold this as like a long term, but if there is an opportunity present, it could be soon. Keep it in mind though, okay? Because MCOM, just keep it on the watch list, okay? So, I mean, just whoever knows that this was HLBZ before is gonna obviously try to short it. So, but historically it had crazy runs. Yeah, I mean, it definitely did. We talked about a few of those. We back tested a few of them, right? So we did get a lot of that. And a lot of those runs are very much after just huge, like, yeah, downside, but still consolidation, downside, and then bam. So I'm wondering if that's like soon again, right? Or at least in fractal. HLBZ always have crazy runs, dude, for real. There's so much sentiment behind this. So I guess that's just my condition here, you guys. Okay, so the obvious targets we can face, we can back with a Fibonacci, right? So just like this here, let's take into consideration. Let's see, 357 is look at 352, 362 is your 4-spot 618. So it's following geometry very nicely. Okay, so very likely this thing can make a move to the upside like that. But the quicker take profit zone would be between the 218 and about the 225 at the 1-spot 618. Oh yeah, the 1-spot 272 and the 1-spot 618. I can draw that. So that would be a shorter term time frame scalp or momentum play, right? Or day trade. So just like that, this could be a shorter time frame. And then, but yeah, I definitely see the potential of this thing reaching eventually that 357. I don't know how fast because I haven't actually back tested this and I don't have a turnaround time, right? But it's likely. So in fact, I'm very interested. So let's kind of just keep it in the watch list, guys, and just kind of eyeball this, right? But this floor, it's very likely to be in 149, 150. That could have been the floor. I think you might have the back test on this under HLBZ. Let me. If I do, that would, man. I'm not gonna be able to see anything in it. So I do actually. Let me see. It's an invalid ticker, of course, but dude, my goodness, man. It took away all of my drawings within it too. Cool. So I'm just gonna have to go back to the videos, to my logs in YouTube, and look at the last time I did that. No, it's okay. We can look at that's why we have YouTube, man. We have the backlogs there. So we'll look at the volatility test there, and this was the 8-hour too, which is very interesting because I'm looking at this on the 6-hour. So yeah, definitely. And please, dude, if I forget, freaking just tell me because this thing may have a serious situation here, and we already have the data for it. So very, very good call, Off Grid Gorilla. We'll go ahead and continue taking a look at this this ticker, right? But with that said, guys, this is actually going to do it for tonight's live. And yeah, not a problem, you guys. I'm really happy to be streaming at an earlier time today. I know it's not quite to that time where we want to go yet, right? But it's just, remember, I'm just saying that this is a pretty good and healthy time for us to kind of hang out, right? And remember that I'm still considering the times for the morning sessions, which are going to come sooner than later. Okay, you guys, so I'm just announcing them now a little bit early in time just so that kind of everybody is aware, right? So keep that in mind, all right, you guys? But But yeah, guys, thank you everybody for stopping by. And if you do have any questions, remember that you can always reach out to me on a DM. You can always reach out to me on Discord or Twitter. My email is listed here as well. And if there are any people who are interested in the ArcMasters trading course, there's still about, I think, 9 or 10 seats left. I see an influx of emails coming in over the last hour. So we'll try to accommodate you, okay? Just reach out to me and we'll see what we can do. All right, you guys. But yeah. But with that said, I think that's gonna do it. And 6 a.m. to 11 would be good, dude. I would honestly love 6 a.m. to 11. It's just I'm not sure if I can pull that off with my son just yet. But he's very close. And remember, the GTII video is gonna be coming out in just a few minutes, guys. I'm just gonna make that thumbnail for it, and then we would be good. All right, you guys. But with that said, everybody, thank you so much for coming by. I wish you all very well. And I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team.